Good morning everybody, how are we all doing? Welcome back to another vlog, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do a full day of eating, on what is technically like a lower day on this diet, because this is a rest day. Rest day is the day where I have the lowest amount of food, highest amount of output. So today I have got 100 carb, 150 protein and 60 fat, I believe. And I have also got 15,000 steps. So I'm gonna guide you through exactly how I set up these days to make them super simple, super easy, super enjoyable, hopefully insightful for anyone to see how I make these days work and how I personally honestly enjoy these days. I've seen a lot of like reels and content lately of people. I think obviously dieting this time of year, and don't get me wrong, I think the first time you do diets it can be hard, but I honestly don't think it is that hard. I think it's as hard as you make it. If you don't plan your routine well, if you don't structure your food well, if you don't pick food sources that are still satiating or enjoyable or whatever it may be, it can definitely make it a lot more difficult. So I'm going to guide you through that today. It is a Sunday today. It's actually the 1st of June. So happy June, everybody. I'm filming this in a little bit in advance because I'm trying to get on top of the YouTube schedule so I'm not massively behind. I did actually hit a new like actual low this morning, so I was 125.6 pounds today, which I say legitimate low because I did hit this weight last Monday, but that was after show day when it was basically just a stress low, not an actual body weight low. So I'm glad to see the movement is good. I'm going to do a check-in as well this morning, so I'll probably show you that in the next clip as well. But so far today I have woken up, wake up time today, 20 minutes past 4, wake up, shower, get myself ready, did a 25-minute walk on the treadmill, so that's about 3,000 to 3,500 steps, come downstairs, made my caffeinated beverage, got my water, a little bit of hydration already, had a little bit of a sit down and a chat with AJ, which we do most mornings, is just kind of like catch up and chat mainly about where he's at in prep, which is always really, really nice. And now I'm actually just going to take my supplements for the day, and then I will crack on with my morning of work. So I'm taking my supplements now. Normally I do actually take these later in the day, but I'm getting my bloods done tomorrow, so I do need to make sure that I take everything 24 hours in advance. So very simply, all I've got creatine, I've got psyllium husk for the digestion, I've got vitamin C, rhodiola rosea, vitamin D3 and my omegas. So I will take these now, sit down, do my journaling, plan out the day, crack on with my work for this morning. I've got a nice busy day ahead of me. I've got some setup work. I've got a call with one of my clients, Tash, but this is actually like a business coaching call. So we're actually having a call about her coaching and specifically helping guide her through coaching her or one of her prep clients. And that's something that I'm really looking forward to. So I'll talk about that a little bit later. Then I've got a consult call with another client later, and then some other setup work to do for the Level Up Challenge, which is upcoming on the 23rd of June. So lots of fun, exciting stuff. And before we dive into, I suppose, the main bulk of the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new here or if you are not subscribed. I've had some fantastic support on the channel lately, so thank you so much to anyone who has been watching or is new and you've clicked on this video. If you can subscribe for future content to come and support the channel, that would be amazing. But without further ado, crack on with the video. I will catch you all very soon.
Woo! What a round! Girls, are you ready to go again? Woo! Battle is on.
All right then, we are now at meal number 1. It is approaching 8 o'clock. I've done my first workbook of the day as normal. I've just done my check-in. Thankfully, AJ took my pictures for me today because I did them myself last week and I'm just not very good at using the clicker and the timer. So last week, almost all of my pictures were like mid-pose and it wasn't exactly making me feel amazing about the shots. But regardless of that, I don't really look into or fixate on the shots too much. They're mainly just a piece of data and accountability and like good to look at different stages in the process. But otherwise, I'm very happy with where we're at and we're moving along as we need to. That's all that really matters. So meal number 1, I do apologise for this one because I was really hoping that I'd have something a little bit different to show because my meal 1 has basically been the same forever. And I have been doing throughout all this diet so far, I've been doing eggs for my meal 1. So I've been doing 2 eggs, 150 mils of egg whites and a medley of vegetables. However, yesterday, I really don't know where it came from, but I just got a really, really bad like egg ick yesterday. So I was just like, anyone who's had the egg ick will know what I mean. But I was just kind of like pushing it around the plate. And even though I'm obviously a bit hungry, I literally was like struggling to finish it. So instead, I'm just gonna have something else that I enjoy, which to be honest is a great message because even if you're dieting or even if you're growing, doesn't really matter. You don't have to eat things that you don't necessarily enjoy. Like, yeah, have good variety in your diet and probably don't have like all of your meals from whey or just like from one protein source. It's good to have a variety in there of like good quality foods. But you can swap things out for things that you actually like, you know, like have a protein source you like, have a fruit option you like, have veggies you like, whatever it may be. So this meal is now the same as my meal on the other days. I've got 150 grams of raspberries, a little bit less raspberries because my rest day food's a bit lower, 35 grams of whey, which I have made into a sludge as always. I know like everyone calls this like whey drip because I think Wesley Bissers kind of like made that a thing maybe like last year, but not to like hate on Wesley or anything, but people have been doing this for a pretty long time. And I personally call it, what would you call it, sludge? Paste?
You're asking me something.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm in the midst of check-ins.
No, it's okay. I was gonna say, what would you call this? Whey paste or whey sludge?
Oh, no, it's definitely not drip though.
It's not drip,
stupid.
yeah.
It's whey drip. What the fuck are you talking about?
I would say, yeah, whey paste, whey sauce, whatever. And basically you just put water in it and yeah, sorry Wesley, but you didn't really invent this. It's just called adding small bits of water to whey and making it thicker. Anyway, we're gonna have this on the raspberries and then 20 grams of almond butter, a little bit of salt, a little bit of cinnamon. And for me, I like this because to be honest, I do really like sweet meals in the morning. I really like my savoury meals throughout the day, but for me, morning, sweet meal, evening, sweet meal. That's just the way that it goes. And this is a nice, like obviously lower calorie option, but it's still satiating. And that's where also like when you pick your fruit sources, and obviously veg as well, but probably pick to things that are lower calorie, higher volume, higher satiety. So, you know, if I was to have banana instead of raspberry right now, I'd be having like 25 grams of banana, which would be like this. So it's like be smart with your fruit sources. Even like blueberries, higher carbs than raspberries. Raspberries, strawberries are definitely probably like the better options, but raspberry are my favorite fruit. So that's meal 1. Gonna have this now. We will probably sit and watch. I think at the moment we've got like Formula E on, we've got the F1 on again later today, which I'm really looking forward to. A Spanish Grand Prix this weekend. Monaco was an absolute shocker last week, so I'm very glad that we actually weren't really able to watch it in full because I don't think it would have been very enjoyable. But yeah, gonna eat this, then I will move on to another walk and then my next work block, and then it's the next meal and then another walk, and it kind of repeats that process, but I'll take you through it. So I do actually want to ask as well, let me know what you think for your breakfast meals, what you enjoy, because this is something I always talk about with clients when they're coming on, is like, what do you actually like for breakfast? Because sometimes I will put something like this and they're like, nah, I'm not a sweet person for a breakfast meal, I need like eggs or something savoury. So let me know if you are sweet or savoury in the comments down. now time for meal number 2. It has just gone past 12 o'clock, so it's been about 2.5 hours since I finished my last meal, which is usually how I like to space my meals across the day, which is good for digestion for me, good for productivity, also means that I have enough time to actually like spike muscle protein synthesis between meals, and I'm not just cramming my meals in really close together. Time for meal number 2, which is here. We have got salad, so we've got some lettuce and some mixed salad, 150 grams of chicken, 50 grams of avocado, which I prepare for this meal and my meal 2, so it's 100 grams total, and I make that into like a little bit of a smashed avocado with some lime juice, some salt, some pepper, some salsa, and some kimchi. And then of course, a little bit of my usual G. Hughes barbecue on top, because this is just absolutely legendary. So that is the meal here. So again, no like carbs in this meal aside from obviously like the lettuce and the carbs that come from, you know, like the kimchi, salsa and avocado, but I've not got any rice, potatoes, etc. I personally prefer to keep my carbs towards the back end of the day. I honestly find that for me, like eating this food, I feel so good, like I feel so productive when I actually eat less. So especially toward the start of the day when like I'm busy and I'm doing a lot of work, I don't want to have to be like putting a lot of food in. I feel like I'm able to focus more, I'm able to get the meal in a bit better, and I just don't feel quite so sluggish and lethargic as I do when I'm eating a bit more. And that's obviously because there are positives to eating less and being in a deficit and feeling good aside from the fat loss. And that's honestly like the biggest thing that I enjoy, is that I honestly just feel good when I diet. To be honest, I really, really enjoy it. I'm going to take my time to eat it. I say get it down, I'm not wolfing it down. I'm going to sit and take my time to eat this whilst I watch something and switch off. I've done basically most of my work now for the day. As I say, it's 12 p.m. I've been working since 5 a.m. So I've done like 7 straight hours of work so far today. I've done, as I say, a couple of calls, I've done a setup, I've done some additional client work, I've done some check-ins. So this is where now for the rest of the day I don't have quite as much that I need to do, and especially with it being a Sunday, I will try and switch off a little bit. So I'm gonna head to the shops after this because I do need to get some raspberries, which usually, you guys know I don't really ever go to the shops very much, but go to the shop, get some raspberries, get out the house, which I think is important because I did not leave the house yesterday. So get out of the house, get a nice Pepsi Max to enjoy this afternoon, and then I'll come back and we'll watch the race as well, which will be nice. All right then guys, we are headed off to Tesco now. Not my favourite thing to do in the world to go out to the shops, but thankfully we live near a good Tesco, because if anyone's watched a lot of my old videos, you'll know I've said before that the Tesco in Rotherham is horrible. But thankfully we do not live in Rotherham. And that would be actually my best piece of advice if you are planning to come to Ultraflex in Rotherham, whether you're just visiting or whether you fancy the move, fancy coming to the gym. Because obviously I locate myself around the gym, just don't stay in Rotherham really. Yeah, it's not, you know, the worst place ever, but you know, you can go 10, 15, 20 minutes in any direction really away from Rotherham, and it can be quite nice. Rotherham, not so great. Surrounding areas, lovely. Because I'm actually from kind of around here originally. So I'm from a place called Wakefield, for those who are interested. Wakefield also probably not the most incredible town ever. I think Wakefield's actually a city, but anyway, that's not too far from here. But I obviously relocated to Sheffield when I went to uni because I wanted to train at Ultraflex, and I was able to drive like 30-40 minutes to go to Ultraflex from where my uni was. And then obviously when I started living with AJ, we live where we live now, which is actually quite nice. It's like between Rotherham and Wakefield, so I'm not too far away from like my family, which is really nice as well. Plus, I've said before, I'm a bit of a, you know, I'm a Yorkshire girl at heart, born and bred, so I don't really know if I'd ever be able to move elsewhere and justify the extortionate house prices. Any of you that live down south
fair play to you, because I don't know if I could do it. Wait, I've gone off on a tangent. I'm heading to the good Tesco, because we have a good Tesco near us, which is nice, to go and get some raspberries, because we have run out, and I'm going to get us a Pepsi Max or sugar-free drink of some sorts for the two of us to enjoy later this afternoon / evening. Don't really go to the shops very often, and to be honest, this is something I would actually maybe recommend if you are in a diet and you struggle a little bit with food focus, is just order your food to the house and order the food that you need, because a lot of the time the reason why people struggle, you know, so much with adhering to like any goal is environment based, and that's literally, like I say, not just bodybuilding or diet. You know, if you think about wanting to be successful in work or like at uni, like if your environment there isn't facilitated to you being productive with work, or you're surrounded by things that distract you from, you know, the task, then that's going to be really difficult for yourself. With that being said, maybe not going to the shops every day and just like wandering up and down the aisles and looking at all the different food. Like, even if you need to go to the shops, like go in, get what you need and get out, but like ask yourself if it's really helping you. If you're just like wandering up and down, you're going into bakeries and like you're looking at different food, like is that going to help you? Probably not. That's not really the main reason why I get my food delivered. Honestly, the main reason why I get my food delivered is because I don't like spending the time going to the shop. Like, it can take probably an hour to drive to the shop, get everything you need, get home, unpack everything, and that's an hour out of my day that I'd rather spend working, or I'd rather spend doing steps, or I'd rather spend just chilling out and, you know, not going to the shop. So that was just something that I kind of wanted to touch on a little bit there. Obviously there are so many things when it comes to dieting that can really help you with making it so much easier to adhere to, and I have spoken about this a lot. And for anyone who, you know, wants a little bit more, I suppose, insight on it without me rambling so long in this full day of eating, please do go and watch my podcast, because I have done a few episodes on this about, like, you know, making dieting easier, or why you're finding dieting so much harder. And, you know, there are so many things that can really help, including, like I say, like food sources, structure of your day, your environment, all of that good stuff. So if you don't want to hear me ramble in this video, which you probably don't, I would go and have a listen to that one, because you would probably find that a lot more insightful. And right now you can just focus on basically seeing what I do eat in a day. Hey. I don't know why I said hey. Hey. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my meal number 3 of the day. It's now 3 p.m. We are in the middle of watching the Spanish Grand Prix, which is
rivetingly shit.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Awful.
Unless somebody has a massive issue and we get a safety car, it's not looking good.
Bruv.
Meal number 3 for myself. I have got, what have I got? Salad. There's going to be stuff that goes along with this. Salad, I'm going to put my other 50 grams of avocado in here. So salad, 50 grams of avocado for my fats again. I do like to mix up my fat sources between nut butter, dark chocolate and avocado. As I said before, I also was having eggs, but we've said goodbye to the eggs for a period of time now. So those are my 3 favourite fat sources, some good quality, tasty fats. And then also with this meal, I have some smoked salmon, which I personally do in the pan. This is also wild smoked salmon, so it's a little bit lower in fat. There's like literally 3 grams of fat in this. So if you are having salmon, pay attention to the type of salmon you're having, because there's a big variety between that. So we've got some salmon here. This is going to go over the top of the salad.
A.k.a. making a salmon salad.
Yes, making a salmon salad. Like so. Very simple. You'll see all these meals pretty simple to make. There's a salad, and then, very simply, I accompany this with 40 grams of rice cakes. I am absolutely loving my rice cakes at the moment, and I'd much rather have 40 grams of rice cakes over 40 grams of rice, because 40 grams of rice, honestly, just don't bother. Just don't bother. Yeah, rice cakes are lovely, and you can basically, what I do is
I will literally put some of like the avocado and the salmon on the rice cakes, and it's just very nice. So that is the meal.
Someone will ask, where are your rice cakes? Which ones do you use?
I use the callow ones.
Yep.
The callow plain ones. They're lovely. They're very nice, and that's it really. It's not not really anything else to say. Rest of my carbs go in my last meal because I like to have a nice bowl of oats or cream of rice at the end of the day, especially on a rest day. I think it helps me to sleep, but to be honest, I just enjoy it. I like to have some oats when I wind down at the end of the day and we switch off.
Yep.
And that's about it. So yeah, we're gonna sit down and watch the end of this riveting Grand Prix. And I will then catch you all likely at meal number 4.
Some of them along with an urgent message, so I don't know if they're trying to manage a deployment issue on Norris's car, but that's what to look out for as this race progresses. And I can understand
I think
Your car.
we just said we need a safety car in this race, and we've been blessed with a safety car.
As you will have briefly just seen, thankfully the end of that race did end up being semi-decent because we got a safety car, which is great. So end of the race was a decent one. Obviously a little bit of controversy at the end. Those who were watching will know. But thankfully not a completely dull and boring Sunday race, which is nice. I have just showered and freshened myself up on this Sunday evening, hence why my hair is looking slightly insane. Girls will know I hate washing my hair. I can't stand doing it, especially when it's hot. I've just been drying and trying to tame my hair for the last 45 minutes and it's hot today, so I'm sweating. I'm really sweating from that. Now it is looking slightly wild, unfortunately, and this is with me blow drying it, actually straightening it, and then just putting some little curls in the bottom. And this is why I can't let my hair air dry, because it is absolutely wild. But I've now come downstairs. I'm about to just do my post for the day on Instagram. I've got a little bit of an update to do for the Level Up Challenge, and then I will enjoy my Pepsi Max. So before I do that, I did want to give a little bit of a break at this point in the video to make a brief announcement for those interested, to let you know that by the time this video goes live, you will have just 1 week left to join the Level Up Challenge. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break from the video now. I'm going to insert some videos that will give you a bit more of an insight as to what is involved in the Level Up Challenge and who it is for, and then I will return to you guys in the rest of the video.
What is included in the 12-week challenge? The Level Up Challenge is a 12-week personalised coaching experience with group support, guidance and education along the way. You will get access to your own coaching resources, including your training program, nutrition program, and tracking tools. Throughout the coaching experience, you will have a bi-weekly check-in with myself where you will receive personalized video feedback on exactly what you can do to move forwards towards your goals and any adjustments that we need to make in order to keep you moving forwards within your process. But alongside this, you will also gain exclusive group access to educational resources, guidance and support along the entirety of those 12 weeks. It gives you the ability to work on your own goals and maximize your own progress, whilst also really being able to enjoy that journey with other individuals who are also working towards the exact same thing. My mission is to not only help you to completely level up your goals and your process, but it's also to give you knowledge, tools, skills that will last you beyond your coaching experience. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in gaining in your process, get in touch with me today in order to secure your space or for more information on how this challenge can help you. Who is the Level Up Challenge for, and is this something that you could benefit from in your process? The Level Up Challenge is for anyone who wants to level up their progress and level up their results. Throughout this challenge, I will cater to your specific goals, whatever they look like, whether that be fat loss, muscle gain, strength gain, or even just simply looking to improve your lifestyle and gain additional accountability within your entire process. So many people want to level up their results and they want to gain more out of the work that they're putting in, both inside and outside of the gym. But they often feel intimidated by one-to-one monthly coaching and end up feeling a little bit unsure as to whether it's something they can either commit to or will actually benefit from. And that's exactly why I have created the Level Up Challenge, is to give you the chance to experience the progress you can actually make and see what it is that you can gain out of coaching. If you're interested in taking a hold of that chance, now is your time. The Level Up Challenge starts on the 23rd of June, so get in touch now if you're looking for that opportunity to level up.
So, final reminder, you have just got 1 week left to join the Level Up Challenge if you are interested in joining. Please do just get in touch via the inquiry form in the description below, and I will get in touch with you with further information from there. So, as I said, now just sitting, gonna have my Pepsi Max, which is an absolute delight. Can you have sugar-free drinks when you are dieting? Absolutely. I think, like anything, you have to set yourself smart rules. I set myself a rule of having 1 sugar-free carbonated beverage on a rest day. It's rare that I will have one on a training day more than anything because I just don't have time. I do find that on those days it kind of upsets my tummy a little bit, but as long as it doesn't upset your digestion or anything like that, there's nothing wrong with enjoying a sugar-free beverage from time to time. I think if you don't set any boundaries on yourself and you're having like 6, 7, 8 of them a day, then that's where maybe there's some issues. And honestly, the main issue with that is that you're probably just trying to fixate on like filling yourself up all the time, which I don't think is something that we should ever chase, really. I think we often fear that feeling, or a lot of people fear that feeling of like being hungry. And I think that is in large part maybe like a normal evolutionary thing where we, naturally want to constantly feel satiated or feel over-satiated because, in the past, we've not necessarily known where our next meal is going to come from or where we're next going to be able to eat. But, it's very likely that you do have another meal that you're going to have in the morning or in a couple hours time. And I think just knowing that feeling a little bit hungry or not feeling super full all the time is actually okay. And that's just a normal part of life, and nothing bad is going to happen through feeling that. And I think that's something that comes with dieting maturity over anything else. So yeah, anyway, going to do these final jobs now. It is almost 5 o'clock, so I'll finish these bits off. I will put my blue light blockers on, and I will then go and probably just sit in the front room for a little bit, maybe do a little bit of reading. I have just started Onyx Storm in the 4th Wing Emperor series. I finally finished Iron Flame yesterday. It took me 3 months to finish that, nearly, because the amount of reading time that I've had as of late has been not a huge amount. It's not been as much as I would like. So I am actually really looking forward to our flight to Spain soon, because it means that I will get to sit and read for a couple of hours, which is just bliss. But all for good things, because I've been nice and busy with, my wonderful job and lots of other exciting things. So I never see, being busy as a bad thing. I see it as a blessing. Being busy and having lots to do is definitely a privilege for sure. Here we are then at the final meal of the day. It is just gone around 6:15. Usually would have this meal about 6, but 15 minutes, guys, doesn't really make a huge difference. But final meal is, as usual, we have got 75 grams of oats and cream of rice mixed together with 40 grams of whey in there. The flavour that I've got in there at the moment is the Naughty Boy cinnamon Danish, or is it just cinnamon swirl, something cinnamon, and it's wonderful. So that's what I have in there. Again, a little bit of a mixture of oats and cream of rice, because I do really like the texture of that a little bit more, and obviously it's nice when you have the cream of rice, which can obviously be flavoured as well. I just do the vanilla one in there because that is personally one of my favourites. So that's what I've got there. I've topped that up with 20 grams of cashew butter, because as always, that is one of my favourites on oats. I do almond butter in the morning, cashew butter in the evening. 150 grams of raspberries, and then 20 grams of Montezuma's orange dark chocolate. Is that, did I say 20 grams? 10 grams. I don't know if I said 20 or 10. Either which way, 10 grams. Brain at the end of the day, you know, guys, doesn't always work very well. But I've got 10 grams here of the orange dark chocolate. That's 100%. That is absolutely tremendous. And honestly, as I say, this is my favourite meal of the day. I like to space my food out like this because, as I say, I'm not usually that hungry during the day. I'm usually pretty busy during the day anyway. So it doesn't really make much sense for me to have meals that I enjoy more, because by the way, it's still okay to enjoy your meals. You don't have to like not enjoy food at all. Like, I still enjoy food even though I enjoy dieting, but I'm just, like I say, not really that hungry throughout the day, so it just makes a little bit more sense for me to have the meals that I can sit and take my time with and switch off at the end of the day and just enjoy. And like I say, it definitely helps me with getting a good night's sleep as well. If you have made it to the end of this video, you can comment orange, because obviously I've been absolutely raving on about that Montezuma's orange in my last few videos. So comment below orange, or comment below the orange emoji if you have made it to the end of this video. I hope you've all enjoyed watching my full day of eating on a rest day. Obviously, if anything changes up ahead in my diet, I'll probably do an updated full day of eating. If you want to see any different full days of eating on like my leg days and my upper days, because my food is different on those days, please let me know. But I hope you found this one insightful. I hope you found it maybe entertaining. Thank you for watching as always. If you can, like, subscribe, comment down below to support the channel. Let me know if you've got any feedback, and I will catch you all in the next one.